Good morning, race fans, and welcome to Today at the Races at Laurel Park. I'm Tim Tellick, joined by Equibase chart caller Keith Fustel. Keith, big day yesterday, some really nice races. The Stronach 5 got started off with a really nice race.
Oh, yeah, Miss Majorette. You got to love that performance. Michael Merriman doing well with the turf sprinters. You know, he's got some turf routers as well that he's doing well with. But we saw some pretty big performances yesterday on this grass course.
Just in that race.
Yeah, that race and fair catch.
Yep.
We had the man to see in the last race had a horror show of a trip through the opening probably quarter of a mile. Was able to overcome that and a wide trip from probably the 5/8 home. So it was kind of crazy on the turf yesterday, but some very good performances nonetheless.
The man to see probably knew I didn't have him on my Stronach 5 and said, I'm going to get him. I'll overcome anything and get him, and that's where it started to go bad for me with the Stronach 5, but it did go well for 7 lucky winners. 7 winning tickets, $11,497.70. That's a nice little payday. It started here at Laurel Park with Miss Majorette, the race we just talked about, winning at $4.80. Then Gulfstream, Mr. Luigi, $5.80. The man to a C, $7.80 there. And then Santa Anita, there we go, like for $26.60 on Sea Falls. Didn't have that one and finished out $13.20 with Destiny's Journey at Santa Anita.
Doing the math real quick, I got to think it's better than a parlay again. Yeah, another big payout for this Stronach. I was a little surprised yesterday, Tim, at some of the way horses at Laurel were really bet hard. I did not see fair catch. I thought that was a wide open race. I only paid $4.60, rocked the boat down to about $7.80. Even Miss Majorette at a shorter price at $4.80. So the bettors, they were on it. I kind of thought they would see it as a wide open race, but really people, they zeroed in some horses and got the job done. Rocked the boat, another good performance. Had a slow start,
what a
little
ride.
steady. Force was able to kind of get this horse to settle, move out, and really with a big burst between horses, final furlong.
Yeah, it might have been the ride of the day yesterday. That was a big ride on Rock the Boat yesterday. Today, actually not today. We're going to get today in a minute. Coming up here in Maryland, we've got the Maryland Million coming up on October 23rd. That is a great day of racing, 11:30 post. There is reserved seating in the Silks Room. Just come to the guest services information. Go to laurelpark.com. $10. Always a big day. I would suspect it's going to be well attended this year after having limited fans last year.
Absolutely. I think we're looking for a big bang-up kind of a day here. Maryland Million Day, Saturday, October 23rd. Just a couple weeks away. Yeah.
A couple weeks away. We've got a big card. 10 races on today's card, 5 good grass races. The weather is a little overcast, no doubt about it. Temperature's a little cooler, 67 degrees, but the track is fast, the turf is firm, and we don't mind a little overcast. Just get a little tired of all that sunshine we've been having.
Yeah. You need a little break from the sun, right? Jeez, when you ever hear us say that this time of year. But 67. And looking ahead, projected forecast looks good. So turf course, going to be loving this, right? Still getting that kind of a little chilly at night, a little moisture there, just green as can be. You got to love it. A very lush turf course at Laurel Park.
This is the time of year you look a little further down in the weather because we want to stay away from rain as long as we can to get deeper into October and hopefully deeper into November on the grass.
And I don't like how the heating oil, we've got the heating oil at the house and a wood stove. I mean, I hate paying for the oil and prices are going going up. Stay warm, please. Stay warm. It cuts into our gambling money. That's the key. That's
$3.19 a gallon at the cheap joint.
Come on, guys.
All right, exactly. Come on, man. All right. 6-12, race 1. You have the 6 on top. There's a maiden, 3, 4, 5-year-olds. Maiden 16 going a mile and 1/8 on the turf. And you have the 6 Maracaba on top. Maracaba. There you go. For Eddie Graham, first-time starter for Eddie Graham. Sharp horseman Eddie Graham is, and Victor Carrasco comes in with a steady diet of works.
Yeah, maybe I'm a glut for punishment. I fell for one of these the other day, didn't run, but he's had one recently. Was it Silk Run?
Yes.
Has run well lately on the turf. First time out and came back out with a good effort here. But looking at the breeding, that's the key. He owns this horse. Aggressive move, maybe later in the turf season, in for 16, can get away with it. Verzano, about 13% with the turf. The mare was good, 4 for 7 on the money, topped in an 82 on the turf. And kin to 2 very capable turf horses, one of which Eddie Graham claimed. I'm not in love with anybody in here. And this is the kind of card where you've kind of dig a little deeper, throw some darts, hope you catch something, because you're going to have some value amongst this racing card. So with that, I'm going with a fresher face. I think the proven horses and the horses capable of getting the distance, clearly, to me, are Leave 'em Loaded and the 12 Left Blank, who had some trouble last time, and then Leave 'em Loaded's last race on the turf was on a yielding turf course, really didn't kind of fire at all. Those two come out of a similar race at Pimlico. I think they kind of run together through the stretch. But let's take a new shooter with this first-time starter.
Why not? I mean, I have Left Blank on top. We've got Jessful, who's been the beaten favorite. 7 of his last 8 starts. Looked like a winner last time.
Yes,
I mean, looked like he was
trip.
going perfect trip, couldn't, and just didn't get it done. He ran well. He just keeps getting beat. But I go with the 12 Left Blank for Tim Woolley and Fergal Lynch in the opener, but a pretty wide open race to open up the day, going a mile and an eighth on the grass. Race 2 kicks off the early pick 4. This is now a 2 event for $5,000. Keith, you put together a ticket today. You're gonna have to heat up it a little bit.
I'm trying. A little chilly.
It's been tough.
Yeah, we got one that carried you for a few days at least. So that's kind of the mantra we try to go here. Hit with one maybe a home run this afternoon, but that's kind of way today is, though. You might have to spend a little bit of money too to make a little money. Spreading in your exactas, especially if you're an exacta or a trifecta player. Boy, if you can really narrow things down to 3 or 4 or 5 horses, you're a lot better than me, because I found these races really tough. $36, your early pick 4. Go 3 deep with the 3, 5, and 6 to get you started. Stand My Ground, Tiny Tin, and Tales of Saratoga. I'm going to toss the favorites in there so we could be done very early. Race 3 with the 1, 3, and 4. Another highly competitive turf race. 3 of them come out of the same race, separated by like a neck. Do we have that ticket again? We'll go 3, 4 in the third leg. We're going to use Cairo Boogie and Jump Free and wrap it up 4 deep with the 2, 3, 8, and 10. There you go, $36 ticket.
This now is a 2 for $5,000 going a mile and 16. You have the 6 Tales of Saratoga on top. One I didn't get to, but why not? It's that type of race. Coming out of a race where he got beat 18 lengths, but taking the drop to the 2 lifetime $5,000 today.
At least you got a horse that's kind of done okay on the dirt. 1 win. Straight up guy, your 2 favorites, the 2 and the 7.
Right.
Jamming here off of turf routes, I don't know, and looking at it, there's nothing to really get truly excited, but the money's going to come in on them. I know that based on the drop. Tales of Saratoga last time had a little bit of a bobble out of the break. They went fast. Alpha Q came out of that race, got chewed up in a duel to win easily. Yesterday was rated off the pace after bobbling. There is not a lot of speed in here, maybe rocking around from the rail. Tales of Saratoga, jamming second off the claim. Let's try to go to the front and steal it right back very quickly here. Just ran on the 2nd of October, so I'm going to take a shot here. This horse can control it.
Well, that would be the move, the combination of Xavier Perez and Tim Salzman. They like to get out there. The horse that really stands a chance today is a 3, Stand My Ground. At least he's got recent good dirt form at this level. 2 good races right in a row, only getting beat in the neck in his last start. 6-3 for Keith, 7-2 for myself in race 2 as we move to race 3. This is a great little race. I was on the radio this morning with Bill Finley. We talked about this race, and that started my day off well because we got to talk a little Great Barrington Fair. We both have roots there, so that was great. But look, race 3, starter allowance, $25,000 going a mile and 16th. On the turf course, we're going to start with your top pick. This is the 5 anti-poison. It's not your top
not
pick,
my
but
pick.
this is you use this horse at the bottom, but you do have a video.
Yeah.
We do have a video on anti-poison from his last race right here at Laurel Park.
Yeah, well, we're going to look at this. Broke a little bit to the outside, a little slowly. Gave up maybe a length and a half at the break. You see that sometimes, Tim. I mean, why is it? Is that something in the morning, too, you try to put horses in on that outer stall? It's just something natural. They just want to take out, veer out, but cost this horse a little bit. Got into contention into a quicker pace caught between what I like. This is a pretty good field. Other than we're dropping down to the optional.
Right.
Started the 2 in life, right? So little softer group. I like the willingness. I think with a cleaner break, you might see anti-poison up on the front end this afternoon. But going back to that with the gate.
Yeah, well, first of all, you're going to have to hope for a better break. That's not the first time he's done it. You look at his form, he's done it 6, 7 times. But when you're on the outside, there's nothing but air to the outside. Horses go to open space. A lot of times on the main track, first-time starters, they all on the outside. They always break to the outside. Not always, but enough times you watch the head-on, and they go to the outside. We have to talk about the 3 inside horses real quick. Your top pick is the 3 Lightning Rod for Jane Sibylle. Comes in, ran a mile and eighth in last start.
Yeah.
Roberts Luxury, the 1, the 2 Gator Bite, all coming out of the same race, which was a good heat. And this horse is eligible to improve third off the layoff.
Yeah, third time gelding. Ran real big first time off the break there. I thought this horse had a really uncomfortable trip. Was dogged by like a 30 or 40 to 1 shot was outside of it the whole way. This horse, Fierke was trying to get him to settle and just, didn't really get to run his race. I think if Anti-Poison goes out and clears, maybe he can relax and just take up that stalking position outside. He held well despite being hounded every step of the way. The Gator Bite and Roberts Luxury, they were the kind of benefited from that flow.
The question I have is, and I was talking earlier, is Fergal might just let this horse mosey on up there.
Possibly.
He's got a great draw right on the fence. If the other horse wants to come from way out there, take your chances. But I think we might see Lightning Rod on the lead. Certainly going to be very, very well placed.
Yeah, I'm just hoping for a more comfortable, say, opening quarter or half mile. And if he gets to relax a little bit, he's going to bring a better finish. But the Roberts Luxury Gator Bite, they look to be on the improve as well, but both adding blinkers. Interesting move as well. They ran well.
Coming out of good races.
Yeah, they ran well. Why the blinkers going on? So.
Yeah, maybe they're trying to just get them over the top. But Gator Bite been steadily getting better. Same thing with Roberts Luxury. Very, very interesting third race this afternoon here at Laurel Park. The 4th race is, I want to get my pages here.
Real quick, Super E I'm going to throw in there too for Hammy. First time tag for Super E. Guy Karamanos ran big with a price yesterday, Prince Pear. That's this little sleeper pick. When you least expect it, here comes Hammy Smith to get you.
Also, you've got Point of Grace when you least expect it. Susan Cooney comes out of that same race, only beaten 3 lengths. 2 are top 3 picks, so that's always a little bit of a sleeper too. So that's an interesting race. We got a couple horses there that we might be able to get a bit of. We will get a bit of price on.
We will get a price.
There's no doubt about that. 4th race, a maiden 16 event going a mile 16th. Take out the 4 to 5 favorite, Morning Light favorite, Summer Ash. That leaves you on the 3, Cairo Boogie for Hugh McMahon. Why not? Blinkers on. Leaves me on the first-time starter for John Salzman. Why not, as far as I'm concerned? No money down.
Yeah. After the scratch of the 2, I had to go back, and I was like, man, who do we go to in here? And Cairo Boogie, again, a half mile out to a mile and a 16th. Didn't we see Hammy do this a couple weeks ago with a horse that ran the half mile and won going a mile or ran well going a mile here in a maiden race? But looking at the breeding, there's dirt, there's routes there. Half to an 8-time dirt winner. Came running a little bit late. The blinkers go on. The mile work. Buyer figures, they're not big for anybody here, but they stack up. I'm taking a shot here. Second out is a good angle for Hugh McMahon.
Yeah, I don't think it's too big of a shot. Honestly, I'm probably taking more of a shot going long first time out, but I figure this one's going straight to the lead. Had a couple good works, 102 and change, 5/8 mile, clearly quick out of the gate, 36 flat on October 2nd. That's a race for a maiden. Going a mile 16th on the dirt. Race 5 kicks off the Rainbow Pick 6. Remember, our 10-race card today, race 5 kicks off the Rainbow Pick 6. We have a little bit of a carryover from yesterday, don't we? I think we did. They didn't. Oh, it's coming. Anyway, we had a carryover from yesterday on the Rainbow Pick 6, which gets kicked off here in race 6, $5,396. Callie Francois will have a ticket for you a little bit later on this afternoon, but you can see all our tickets. Go to laurelpark.com, click on the handicapping, and you'll find it all, and we'll talk about her ticket later on this afternoon. Race 5, maiden 25, going mile 16th on the turf. We're going to start with your top pick, the 3. Tip your hat to that. Robbie Bales, Forest Boyce. We talked about Rock the Boat yesterday. This is a gelding that 3 and 4 starts ago really put it together with good solid numbers.
Yeah, and I thought this horse, July 9th at Pimlico, had a big shot at 7-1, almost got it done. Next 2 tries, a 1.25 miles drawing way outside at Colonial, and then a yielding turf course when chewed up in a duel. There's some other speed in here. Forest Boys is great at judging pace. You see it time and time again. You get tired of hearing me say that. But reunited with Boys, this horse can sit the trip inside, steadily move up, and I think maybe get over the top and break the maiden this afternoon. That 64 kind of sticks out here to me. I like tip your hat to that within the exacta for sure.
Yeah, I have tip your hat to that in my exacta. I like the 11, Ballyhoo Prince to the outside, J.D. Acosta for Pat News. Same sort of thing. Last start, a yielding course, didn't pick its feet up. The time before that, 1.25 miles, forget about that.
Yeah.
But you go back, 3 starts before that, 2 solid efforts down there at Pimlico, maiden 40, gets beat a length and a half while running second. Maiden special weight, restricted maiden special weight at Colonial, runs second there. Good solid numbers, 66, a 64. Gets back on a firm turf course, gets class relief here down to 25. So he's my price play of the day, 92 on the line. Maybe I'll give 5 or 6 to 1.
You have to demand value in this race, Tim. I think we're right around 492. I can't see anybody dropping below 7-2 in here. That's how tough of a race it is. The Big Maz, I'll throw the 8 horse I've got in there fourth. Interesting type of horse. Ran big both starts. 10 did not raise for the debut. Did not raise off of that, but ran into a buzzsaw of Ness's. I think that was a first time Ness last time out. Bourbon Courage. On the turf, just so. Bottom side there is some turf, though. The mare ran all right. She ran a closing, I think, 4th or 5th, only beating a few lengths in its only turf try. Interesting. The Protect move up here. I tried Trio's horse the other day at a price. Ran okay. Ran like 4th or 5th, was within it. But the Big Maz is forward. He's a big guy, and he can hang around. He's a stayer, and I think he's going to stay fine on the turf course this afternoon. The 2 moves outside to inside. So lots of ways to go in the 5th.
Look, and you've got Lizzie Merriman with the 12, Tiddlywink, always dangerous when she comes in here. Stepping up from the maiden 16, but this horse ran a big race in his last start at Parks and a lifetime best number. And she's just sneaky good when she comes in here, and you've got to be careful. Wide open race, lots of opportunities in race 5. We're going to take a little break. And when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit of the Claiming Preview Day tomorrow, Claiming Ground Preview Day for tomorrow, and the Late Pick 5. Welcome back to Today at the Races. Big card today, but tomorrow, Keith, we have the Claiming Crown Preview Day right here at Laurel Park. We have some pretty salty starter allowance races. You win, you get your free ride down to Gulfstream Park for the Claiming Crown at the beginning of December. I looked at some of these races, and there's some clear-cut horses that might be short priced, but there's a few races where they're pretty competitive. Oh,
absolutely. You're going to have that, and it seems to be the trend in some of these races. But some of these horses, they just get on fire, like Sevier for Ness.
Sevier.
You know, you're running, for 75, 8,000. Suddenly you're running these buyers in 92, 94, and just dominating. And you're going to see some horses like that. Ness is loaded tomorrow.
Yeah, Noble Commander.
Noble Commander on the turf. That's a good race. Belgrano's in there. The second choice, I think I have co-second choices there maybe, but that's a good turf sprint there.
It is, and I actually have my price play of the day in that race tomorrow. I'm going to take Gins and Tents.
Oh, really? To come rolling.
On the line. Yes. Mikey Gorham, my friend Mikey Gorham. Okay. So I'm going to take that one tomorrow. Let's talk about the sixth race. The Late Pick 5 kicks off here in race 6. We're going to start with the 5 and the 7, Miss Headley and Calypso Ghost. Now, these two fillies, they just went at it in their last race, and here they come.
Yes, they did. And I give a little extra to Calypso Ghost. It looks like she's coming back to her best races. She was on the outer portion here, right? She was in a 2 or 3 path. Dead inside was good. Take nothing away from Miss Headley's form of late as well. Just a ding-dong battle all the way around the racetrack. Tough to see any of these horses lose, right? But a big effort there by Calypso Ghost. Now, they're back at you today. Calypso Ghost draws outside of Miss Headley again. I think Lurking is going to be the 6. Corn Off the Cob. I'm going to go second off the claim for Jerry Robb. We've got a stat here. It's been a pretty good move for Jerry Robb the last couple of years, or Mike Trombetta, but we've got the Jerry Robb stat.
That's okay.
We'll come back to it. I'll just tell you.
He's
Corn Off the Cob, Jerry Robb, he's like, I think 30%. The stat was 10 for 33 the last couple of years.
Right, and that's exactly my comment on my notes, that this one may be the benefactor if Miss Headley and Calypso Ghost get out there and duel away, and chances are they probably are going to do it. It might set it right up for Corn Off the Cob and Jerry Robb, Xavier Perez. Race 7 is a maiden 40 going 1 mile on the turf. You have the one emphasize on top, Ricky Silliman. I do too. We agree here. 152. We're exactly the same here. Emphasize, hey, good race in his last start over a yielding course, getting back to a firm course this afternoon. Hasn't seen a firm course since this past May, where he fired a big number 71 for this group, only getting me 3 lengths at Churchill Downs. Yeah,
and a recent gelding, right? Gelded first time gelding off the layoff the 9th of September. Didn't run a step, but a major improvement last time with some trouble. Churned on to the wire. He and Nordic Rhythm come out of the same race. Nordic Rhythm 61-1 that day. You're not going to get that this afternoon. Nowhere close. But these two are proven. That was the first time blinkers on the turf for Nordic Rhythm. The 5-horse Caramanos riding well in the grass. So I'm going to key around the 1 and the 5. The 2 Premier Choice. Speed to carry it out, and I think this horse is going to stretch it even better here. It catches a field with not a lot of pace, maybe Jerry's turn, but I think Premier Choice hangs around for a piece.
I like Premier Choice a little bit today. Interesting reading. If English Channel, out of this More Than Ready mare, the dam was unraced. The second dam only made 1 start. I had to keep going back. The third dam was unraced. But they are all British breeding.
Yes,
they don't breed those horses to go 4.5 at Charlestown in England. They breed them to get a route of ground. So I think a route of ground is well within this one's wheelhouse. 9-2, Forrest Boyce on the morning line with the 2 Premier Choice. Interesting race.
Your question mark here, I guess, has got to be Dr. Doom. Love the name. Dr. Doom by Hit It a Bomb. This is going to be the turf debut for this runner. Hit It a Bomb, I called that chart down there for the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf. Going back a few years in Keeneland, that was a big effort. But certainly moving to the turf should be beneficial. He's about 20% with his turf runners right now going long. So I think this horse, maiden special weight to the tag, you're going to see a little bit of a wake up here for Dr. Doom.
No doubt about that. John Service, pretty good, 22% on the year, and always dangerous when he ships down from Parks here to Laurel Park. Race 8, maiden 25, 7/8 on the main track for maiden 2-year-olds. Keith, you have the 8 Baltimore Bullet on top for Claudio Gonzalez, dropping from the maiden 40 to the maiden 25, but yeah, he was soundly beaten that last race. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, he did have a little excuse. And, this slight shuffle, second-time blinkers, closed against the grain of the racetrack. That just kind of got me right there. So I'm going to go ahead and, I'm not going to go heavy in this race. I'm going to spread things around. So I think the 10 ran well first time out, too. Notion to Tap It was off the inside every step. Churned on, took a lot of money. Okay, this horse was bet down to 7-2. In an 8-horse field for Hemi. That's a lot of money for a Hemi first-time starter.
Yep.
Okay, they don't usually get bet like that. This one did. Fast track today. I think you've got to take a good look at Notion to Tap It as well.
I like the 7 Offer Love. That's the one I have on top for John Robb, Xavier Perez. I just think the 7 Ace is going to work for this horse this afternoon. He's got positional speed. Maybe he goes straight to the front. He very well might. It wouldn't surprise me. We've seen Xavier do this before. The horse clearly has some gas. You look at that work, September 18th, 5/8 of a mile, 59 flat. 59 and some change. So the horse has some gas. I expect this one to be very, very well placed from the outside, going 7/8 of a mile in today's 8th race. As we move to the 9th, this is a first level allowance race on the turf, going a mile and an 1/8. A couple scratches in here. Take out the 4 Kratos and take out the 11. This was a big scratch. Search for the Truth for Michael Dickinson. That was a big scratch. He was my original top pick. Ended up going elsewhere. You land on the 7. Great idea for Mike Merriman. We're going to take a look at his last race right here at Laurel Park on the 25th of September.
on a yielding turf course. We're going to have a little bit more bounce today, a firmer ground, but 3 horses this particular day got a little trouble early. This horse has had a little issue with being a little rank, and there it is. Kind of didn't really want to settle in behind horses soon into the backstretch there with about 5/8 to go. So Feargal says, we're going to kind of get you out around and work our way up between horses. This horse, I tell you, he's got some talent. He's showing the ability to, to stretch out. He's got out of a family, Calliope, and is I think half or full to a horse that's run well going along on the turf over this turf course. Works outside and really levels off. He's going to have to run a little bit faster, but he's lightly raced, Tim. I think he can step his game up just a little bit more. If he can pick up a length, maybe 2 lengths of improvement, he's going to offer some value. His numbers aren't as strong as maybe a couple of these other horses. I'm just worried they're going to bet this horse like they did the Merriman horse yesterday over, but I was hoping to get a little value. I like that finish there, and you saw going out. That was at a mile. That extra ground shouldn't pose an issue for this runner.
It shouldn't at all. I go with the 6, Artistic Endeavor, for Eddie Graham. Just steady improvement since coming off a layoff, going into Eddie's barn, just continues to get better.
Yeah.
Ran back-to-back 75 by her speed figures, behind the next out winner, and You Must Chill in his last race, and just seems to be getting better and better. Few gait issues earlier in his career. Seems like he's gotten over that and is moving forward.
Yeah, I think maybe Tapwood from the inside could be forward with this one as well. There's not a lot of true speed in here, so I think he's going to stay around. Ran behind a good horse. You're going to see tomorrow, right? You Must Chill of Ness's is going to probably be the favorite tomorrow in one of those starter races.
Interesting horse in here is the 2 Ario for Brittany Russell, Javion Toledo, by Painter out of a Deja mare. Broke his maiden on the main track, going a mile 16th in his last start, and a pretty good looking effort, a good number. Deja underneath, the turf could work for this one.
Yeah, I was checking that out this morning. His half-brother, a 4-time turf winner.
There you go.
So we know the Painters can handle the grass as well. Comes in with a good work. Big improvement off of that break. So, yeah, another race, Tim. You've got to demand a little bit of a price. I wouldn't take anything, again, less than 7-2 or 4-1 as my key horse in this race.
Wide open. It's really, these turf races are really, really good betting races. There's a lot of value up and down. You can have some fun.
I think makes no sense. He's got a little shot. Yes. We're going to get Karamanos today. A big effort against Open 10. Open 10 works for me. Compared to a first-level allowance race. So he's a 3-time winner. He's got a shot today from somewhere from around mid-pack, I would think.
Yeah, and that was basically the rule when I trained. If they can win an Open 10, they can get their first-level allowance condition. Dirt or turf, because those races are not easy. As we move to the nightcap, race 10 is maiden special weight for maiden fillies and mares 3, 4, and 5-year-olds going the 1-turn mile here at Laurel Park. And Keith, you like the 3 met in Miami for Grand Motion. I do also, coming off a layoff. We haven't seen this one since last November of 2020.
Obviously, we've got a scratch in here, the 1, but the 2 is going to be your favorite, I would think. Big effort. I was second off the claim. Missy Spanchi rode the better part of the racetrack. This horse was outside, 4 wide, and just kind of, flattened a little bit. But I think that was a victim of the way the track was playing that day. But major improvement. We ran the stat the other day on Motion, though, with these horses, the 3-year-olds off the 180 days.
Yes.
He's been very good on the turf. We're going to see if he can do it on the dirt. I think this horse can. Ran credible in its first 2 starts at 2. Will be retooled, and I think you're going to see this horse improve significantly in buyer figures.
And it gets Lasix today for the first time. Yep. But, the first 2 races were good, solid efforts. Ghost Maiden is going to be the favorite, no doubt about that. Well, you don't know. Grand Motion's horses, they take some money.
They do.
There's no getting around that, so it'd be interesting to see how the 10th plays out. 3-2 for Keith, 2-3 for myself. In the 10th race this afternoon, that's going to do it for our card.
Okay.
We're going to move along to the lightning round right now. Keith, we had some fun stuff happen yesterday, and the lightning round, we're going to have a little intro. It's okay. We don't. There we go. There we go. It's all right. Where's my lightning and thunder?
I might have lost myself.
There we go.
It is.
There
Okay.
we go. All right, here
Limited
we go.
lightning.
The lightning round. We're going to start off with Bryson Butterfly. Bryson Butterfly gets his first win here at Laurel Park yesterday afternoon in the opener for Lacey Gaudette. And this is Bryson coming through the stretch on Alpha Q.
Yeah, and we talked about this horse yesterday. Was kind of chewed up in a very quick pace. And his prior try came back on the drop and was able to control things early, and it was over mid-turn. Just giving the Q upper stretch. Bryson Butterfly. It's got to be a great feeling getting the win here. Yep.
Yeah, I talked to him after the race. He was ecstatic that he got the win. Very interesting kid. He's 16 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He's from Washington.
Yeah.
Native American. Rode some races and places that a lot of people haven't heard of, like
Crooked River, yeah,
Oregon Livestock, Grants Pass.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got some riding pedigree. He's been riding for a while. Been riding since he's been 8 and 12. So hopefully the best for him. 7 pounds. He's got a couple mounts here this afternoon, and that weight could come in handy. We'll move on to Claudio Gonzalez. Claudio is only 2 wins away from 1,000, and boy, we've seen this happen before, Keith. Trainers get to that milestone, and boy, they stall out, and this happened. It's happening to Claudio. He's going to get it. There's no doubt about it. But he's been a few wins away from 1,000 for over 2 weeks.
Yeah, he's got a couple runners today. I know I selected Baltimore Boulay on top. Maybe he gets it done today. Maybe it's going to take a couple days. We'll see. Trombetta, what's he away from?
6 away from 2,000.
Jeez.
So he's knocking on 2,000's door. So we've got some exciting stuff for our local trainers coming up. And Mike Trombetta, he is away 6 away from 2,000. That's a milestone. You win 2,000 races.
Yeah.
Well, you win 1,000 races, it's something. But you win in 2,000 or more, it's really, really something. And Mike has done it. A little bit of the hard way. I mean, he's done it with, a lot of the races Mike's in, aren't the 2 lifetimes for 5,000 and this and that.
Yeah.
I mean, they're serious races, and he's been able to get it done. I was looking at his resume just yesterday, and you forget the amount of graded stakes races Mike Trombetta has won.
How about Sweet Northern Saint, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or Sweet Southern Saint? Was it Sweet? No, I'm getting the
Sweet
name.
Sweet Northern Saint.
That was the Derby.
Yeah.
Was the Derby favorite.
Was a Derby favorite.
Yeah.
Got DQ'd.
Yeah.
First time out at Colonial Downs.
And then ran, second in the Preakness. And
Won the
he's had
Illinois
some other
Derby.
good runners. Yeah, won the Illinois Derby. So, yeah, he's another one. Yeah, Sweet Northern Saint. Wet Your Whistle. Win. Recently, within the last couple of years. But, yeah, Mike's kind of done it, a real mix early, so claiming some allowance, and it, kind of recently the barn, the last 3, 4, 5 years has kind of stayed with a little bit, I'd say, higher caliber. Would you say higher level horses for the most part?
He's done it at a different level,
yeah.
And it's certainly harder to win that many races when you're doing it consistently at that higher level. That's why you look at guys like Shug McGahee, who I think's getting close to 2,000 or just got 2,000, something like that.
Wow.
But when you're running horses at that level, it takes a long time to win that many races. That is going to do it for us here at today at the races. Dave Rodman be up next with Scratches and Changes. Hope you join us. This is a really, really fun card.
Good betting card. I mean, you might see some strong payoffs this afternoon. I'm expecting. I mean, yesterday was a little bit light. I expect a little bit more yesterday.
Compared to the day before.
We'll get it today. This was a tough card to get through, but they're fun. These cards are fun, and it only takes one. It only takes one race to really kind of launch you. So that's good stuff.
Certainly gives us plenty of things to talk about because the races are 4 or 5, 6 horses deep. Well, good luck this afternoon. Dave Rodman up next.